The following program is produced entirely by the television production students of Southeast High School, in partnership with Kaiser University, and by the medical experts at Intercoastal Cardiology of Sarasota, and by Cody's Original Roadhouse, and by the financial advisors at Mott & Associates in Bradenton.
Hello and welcome to another edition of The Right Direction, the program that informs you of what's happening in and around Southeast High School. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Naomi. Everything that you will see on The Right Direction is produced entirely by the students of the Career Television Production Program of Southeast High School, also known as SETV.
With us today are two outstanding organizations of Southeast High School. First, members of the award-winning Technology Student Association will be here to explain their wonderful organization.
Then we'll be joined by members of the nationally recognized television production sports team.
We'll have all that and much more.
And remember that when you set your compass to Southeast,
You're headed in
the right direction.
As we begin a new school year, it's time to take a look at what's happening in and around Southeast High School. One of the clubs offered here at Southeast is the Technology Student Association, or TSA. Members of this competitive organization attend district, state, and national conferences to compete in 35 technology-based events. Here with me today are three members of Southeast TSA. First, we have Merritt, the club president and a junior here at Southeast. She is interested in engineering and business and hopes to attend a technical college such as MIT, Georgia Tech, or the University of Oxford. Next, we have Jonah. He is the club vice president and is a junior. He is interested in pursuing a scientific or technical career and hopes to attend the University of California at Berkeley or MIT. Finally, we have Madeline. She is also a junior and serves as the Florida State Secretary for TSA. Her interests include community service, sports, music, and travel. She plans to attend a liberal arts college and pursue a medical or business career. Hello and welcome to The Right Direction.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
So, Merritt, you're the club president. So could you talk to me a little bit about TSA? We have so many clubs with acronyms, so could you talk about what TSA stands for, what you guys do?
Sure. Well, TSA stands for the Technology Student Association, and we're one of the Manatee County's career and technical student organizations, or CTSOs. We have 36 different competitive events, ranging from robots to prepared speech events that we compete in to prepare students for the STEM fields.
Okay. So you mentioned events and they're competitive events. So Jonah, could you talk about the conferences that you guys attend, how it's broken up?
So every year we attend 3 conferences. We have a district, state, and a national conference. The first conference we have is districts, and that's usually held around December, and students from Sarasota and Manatee counties compete. And then around February we have our state conference where students around the state participate in the 36 events that Merritt mentioned. And then after that is the national conference, which is usually held in June at the end of the year, and you usually have to qualify.
So Jonah, that sounds kind of intimidating with all of the competitions. But Madeline, how did you get started in TSA?
Well, sure. It was kind of an interesting story because prior to TSA, I had absolutely no technical experience whatsoever. So what prompted me on this journey was a speech in 6th grade. I signed up for a prepared presentation, that was the name of the competition, and I had to do a speech on tradition of revolution. So I decided to talk about my Apple, which was my favorite company at the time, and through this speech, I really feel like I blossomed and grew, and I became more aware of technology and also like the different applications it could have on my life. So throughout my TSA journey, I've kept speech constant pretty much every year that I competed because it's kind of like a personal tradition for myself.
That's very nice. And I think you guys have definitely come from grown a lot, seeing as you guys are leaders in our club and in our state. So Merritt, can you talk a little bit about how you took on this leadership position at Southeast?
Sure. Well, it started off coming in my freshman year, and I really wanted to get involved in kind of the background, the people that made it all work and fixed everything to where we had this experience that we had. So I ran at the end of my 9th grade year and got the position of historian and worked with the team that year until this year where I ran for president, and to try to become and help all the kids that we have and our members get better and enjoy the club more.
Jonah, could you talk about how your experience, is it like Merritt's?
Yeah, I had a similar experience. Last year when I was or 2 years ago, sorry, when I was a freshman, you just kind of have to make yourself stick. You have to prove that you're valuable to the club, and as long as you're working hard and getting along with other members, then you can become a valuable asset to the team. And in that way that you can have the opportunities later to run for office. And that's kind of what I did, the same thing Merritt did at the end of my freshman year. I ran and I got elected as treasurer, and then that allowed me this year to run for vice president.
I think one of the most impressive examples that we have here is Madeline. You're the Florida State Secretary, so I'd like to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Could you talk about your journey to becoming State Secretary, what it's like, what inspired you to run?
Sure. So I was inspired to run because I enjoyed being a state member so much. So I wondered what it would be like to take charge of the state delegation and offer my leadership skills. And I also had some ideas that I'd like to employ. So being the officer was the clearest way that I sought to achieve those goals. And also I had a role model. You also ran for state secretary and served as the state president. So I saw how that impacted you and like what a positive experience that's been for you. And I kind of wanted to see like if I would feel the same way. And I'm glad I did.
Do you think this has affected your potential career goals?
To be honest, I haven't really thought about my career too much, but yeah, there's so many applications that TSA feeds into like the real workforce, such as presentation skills, because TSA, even though it has the word technology in its name, is not all technical. You need to be multidisciplinary. You need to be well-rounded because there are presentation aspects. You need to write. You need to be able to work well in groups and have organizations. So yeah.
Merritt, Madeline talked a little bit about the presentation aspect of how TSA helps you with the workforce, and you're a manufacturing person. You like engineering, so can you talk about how engineering has given you skills?
Yes, well, there's a lot of, like you said, manufacturing, and one of the main tools that we use is CNC, which stands for Computer Numeric Control. And it's something that's used in the industry to manufacture all sorts of products. And through TSA and different events, I've learned how to use this technology and different things like 3D modeling that they use in the industry, and that one day, if I want to be an engineer, which I do, that we will use to work and to do our jobs. So it's nice to learn it now and to get these skills down as a kid to kind of build that base and have years to learn it. And that's what TSA has really done, is grown my skill set, especially in manufacturing.
So TSA, you said, has given you kind of what you need for your career?
Yes, definitely.
How do you feel about that, Jonah? Did you have a similar experience? How did TSA help you?
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's true. The great thing about TSA is, although it's really strong in the engineering fields, there's also a wide variety of other technological programs that you get experience in and that can help prepare you for your career. So often kids use like the full range of Adobe programs and other 3D modeling software.
And as officers, Merritt and Jonah, I'm sure you've done a lot of planning to prepare for this coming year. So could you talk to me a little bit about the goals that you have, what you'd like to accomplish?
Well, this year, our main goal is trying to build our members into a team. We want everyone to kind of have this family-like atmosphere where everyone feels comfortable and, you know, wants to get together on a Saturday kind of thing to hang out. So that's our biggest goal, I think, is to try to get everyone just to come together and get to know everyone.
Yeah, at the same time, we are looking to be competitive, and we do want to pursue, a state trophy this year, and we've had some success in the past, so we're looking to build off that.
Madeline, where do you see the future of Southeast TSA?
The future of Southeast TSA, definitely what Jonah and Merritt were saying. We've had success in the past in the form of second and third place, so I think this is the year to really go for first place. Hopefully, we have a lot of incoming freshmen, which is always exciting. So hopefully they'll develop a passion for the club, just as the upperclassmen have, and really take off.
Madeline, you mentioned a lot of incoming freshmen, so Merritt, could you talk a little bit about how they can join TSA?
Of course. In order to join TSA, we have our meetings Wednesday after school at 2:15 in room 816, which is Mr. Platt. He's our advisor. That's his room. So just to join, come on in after school, talk to one of us. We'll get you involved and everything like that.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you guys for joining me today, and good luck with your competitions this year. I hope you get that first place trophy.
Thank you.
So thank you.
It's been an awesome experience.
Thank you for having us.
Stay right there. We'll be right back with more programming that you won't want to miss.
Attention, attention, ladies and gentlemen. May I have your attention, please? It seems to me there has been an epidemic, and it's time for it to cease. You see, too many young folks are dying from a disease. They think they're invincible until they take her by the hand and find out the hard way that this is not a game. Her name is Mary Jane, and in time, she affects your brain. She affects your memory, your judgment, and your perception. False hope, false peace, this high is only temporary. Can't you see? Or what about Miss Alcohol? About 5,000 teens die every year from underage drinking. Or what about Mr. PD, prescription drugs? About 2,000 teens abuse them every day. These drugs are alive, and they will control you. Addiction crawls in, and they will make you their puppet. And if you think what I'm saying is a gimmick, you might end up in this place. I think I just rested my case.
Southeast Television, also known as SETV, is an organization that has a vast impact on Southeast and the surrounding community. In fact, a commonly heard phrase around the Seminole Nation is, if you can't make the game, SETV is here for you. Today we have members of the sports production team here to describe what they do and what being on the team is like. First with us is Abrielle. As a senior, this is her third year on the sports team and fourth year of the program. She serves as the club's treasurer. Upon graduation, Abrielle aspires to double major in biology and journalism. Next with us is Conrad. He is a senior who has been part of the sports team for 3 years and the program for 4 years. Conrad currently serves on the officer board. After high school, he hopes to pursue a double major in math and physics. Last, we have Josh, a junior who has been part of our team for 2 years. Josh is currently undecided on what he wants to major in. However, he believes that SETV has strongly provided him with the skills for whatever his future endeavors may be. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to The Right Direction.
Hi, thank you so much for having us.
Well, thank you for being here. So as I mentioned in the introduction, and as symbolized by our matching polos, the sports production team is part of SETV, but there are a lot of people that don't exactly know what the sports production team does, and I'm not part of the team personally, so I can't say what exactly it is. So Abrielle, could you explain to me what exactly is the sports production team?
Of course, the sports production team is a specific group of SETV members that takes out a whole bunch of different equipment, television equipment, and they take it out to the football field, the baseball field, any kind of location where we broadcast, and we set it all up, and then we broadcast whatever event's going on, so like a football game, baseball game, etc.
Yeah, I've definitely seen you guys out there with your equipment. So you mentioned having to have the equipment, and do you guys set it all up?
Yes.
Wow, okay. So Conrad, could you explain to me how long is the process and what exactly is the process like of setting up and tearing down and things like that?
Well, it's a very tedious process, to say the least, as in it just takes a lot of effort from each one of the members in order to get everything done in a timely fashion. It depends how far we are into the year and how trained our interns in and how much they could usually provide us. As in, from last year, we had TriCasters where the setup would only take 2 hours maybe, or even less. But getting back into the season, they take a little longer, and we might be out there all the way until right before the game, so 6:30. So almost 4.5 hours sometimes.
So you said season. Could you explain, like, do you mean like the game season, or just like, could you?
Yeah, by season I kind of was referring to our sports production team's season, as in we take summer off from all of the productions we do, and then we kind of have football, and then we go from football to basketball and volleyball to soccer to baseball and softball, and end our season on baseball and softball.
Well, I actually didn't know how involved the team was, so that's really amazing, actually. So you actually mentioned prior that there are a lot of interns that are part of the team, correct?
Yeah.
So there must be a lot of people in the team, and there has to be different jobs in the team, isn't there?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
of course.
Josh, could you explain to me what are the different types of jobs for the production team?
Of course. Well, there's cameras. We have several cameras that record all across the field to capture just the perfect shots for the director to take and definitely use. I run the replay system, which is I do recordings of those clips for the director to use and to give it to the talents to throw back so we can see if they missed anything. There's also Switcher, who is of course the director switcher who switches between the different shots. There's Graphics, who manages all the little names and cool little effects that appear on all across the show.
That's a lot of jobs, actually. I didn't know that. So, so since you guys are all part of the team, could you all personally explain to me what your job is? Josh, you already told me what your job is. So, Abrielle, what's your job?
Okay, well, I'm one of the people who runs the switcher. So the main job of the switcher is to change between whichever cameras based on what the director tells you. So when they like a certain shot, they can say, okay, take camera 2, and they'll just choose, select which one they think is the best. So that's basically what my job is. I also help out with the audio equipment. I've done that for the past few years, so.
Oh, so then you definitely know what you're doing in your craft. So, Conrad, is your job similar to Abrielle's, or is it completely different?
It's almost the exact same. Abrielle kind of came onto switching at the end of last year, and then a little bit, or she started this year out too, so I've been kind of helping her out with all the little things, nuances that you need to know to fully understand the switcher. Other than just letting her kind of do her thing, I also just help her out when she needs it.
You know, by the sounds of it, it really sounds like you guys are a family, and you spend a lot of time together. So there has to be memories or certain things that you're really fond about the actual event. So would you like to explain some memories, I guess, or just share some memories, I guess?
Yeah, sure. I would go first, but
yeah.
My favorite memory by far, although it sounds like a memory that might not be always greeted with a smile, my favorite memory is that one of the TriCasters, must have been the Manatee TriCaster last year, I believe, and it was pouring and setup had taken forever, and the setup, it had been raining the entire setup, it felt like, and when everything was just going the worst, you really saw the real true kind of beast that is SETV, and kind of we really bonded together as a family over that, and I know me and a lot of the interns and other members just became a lot closer after that, and it was a nice feeling to have, to be honest. Even though it was raining and some people described it as horrible, it was one of my favorite memories by far.
Oh my gosh, in the pouring rain, kudos to you guys for sticking it through rain or whatever conditions the weather may bring. So, Abrielle, what's your favorite memory?
I mean, I don't necessarily have a favorite, but I just remember a whole bunch of different crazy things that we've gone through. I remember a game that we had last year, all of our headsets stopped working, and so we had to have a few of the interns standing and, holding up the different cameras all over around the field, and it was just crazy. So.
Well, it's nice that you guys just keep enduring, and you actually keep, no matter whatever happens, you guys still push through and have the sports produce the broadcast. So for our last question, if someone is interested in joining the sports production team, how would a person join? Could you explain that, Josh?
Well, everyone's welcome to SETV. If you really want to join, you should most likely speak to one of the officers or personally talk to Sanders. He's always willing to recruit and give someone a chance to really get that TV experience and just come out with us, do right directions, as well as these sporting events, and really just get the whole TV experience.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for today. Conrad, Abrielle, Josh, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. It was a pleasure.
It's been great.
Thank you. Don't go away. We have much more that you won't want to miss right after this very important public service announcement.
homework at?
I don't have any homework.
I know you got the homework.
Man, we know you do. You do have it. Next time, you won't be so lucky.
There are many ways that the quality of a school is determined and judged. One of these many ways is shown through the annual assignment of a school's grade, as well as the success of the student body through various testings. However, none of those are representative of the quality of the character of the students. Southeast has been recognized as a 5-star school for the last 6 years, and that award is primarily given based on community service. Abrielle Leader and Caleb Francois thought you might want to see the wonderful work that the Seminole Nation is engaged in. So they took our SETV cameras out to find out more about the 5-star award. Here's what they discovered in this edition of Seminole Focus.
For 6 consecutive years, Southeast has won an illustrious award that sets the school apart from others. This outstanding achievement is a symbol of the Seminole community's dedication to making a difference in today's society. I'm standing in front of the entrance to Southeast High School. Here, students are encouraged on a daily basis to participate in volunteer work to benefit the community. For this reason, Southeast has been ranked a 5-star school over the past several years. Join us as we discover what exactly this ranking means and how it benefits the school. Southeast High School has been ranked a 5-star school for volunteer service over the past 6 years, being the only high school in Manatee County to achieve this award for the last 3 years. There are many components that contribute to this ranking, and the school must meet certain requirements in order to be eligible for this award. Joy Scala is the volunteer coordinator here at Southeast and is responsible for keeping record of the volunteer hours earned through activities and acts of service done by students and parents. She described to us what being a 5-star school means and the requirements that have to be met by the school for eligibility.
Well, 5-star is just a ranking through the state that just makes you have all the achievements in order to be a 5-star. The entire school contributes. We have to achieve double the enrollment of volunteer hours, and a lot of that is achieved through the parents, the students, clubs, the activities that go on, TV production. It's community involvement with our students, which we meet a lot of. The amount of hours have to double the enrollment. So right now we're sitting at approximately 1,500, so we would need 3,000 volunteer hours. Southeast already ranks in the 300s out of the top 1,000 schools in the nation. So why not just add 5-star to it?
Southeast's ability to achieve this 5-star ranking is greatly attributed to the numerous service-based clubs the students participate in each year. These clubs often meet after school to carry out tasks that benefit the school or nearby community. Many of these clubs present the opportunity to participate in community events during the school year. Austin is a student here at Southeast and has been participating in community service activities through the school since freshman year. He is also a member of National Honor Society and many other service clubs. He shared with us some of the community service-oriented clubs that contribute to volunteer hours done by students.
Key Club is one of the big contributors that we have for this. The National Honor Society, that's a really big one that we have here. Culinary Club, Art Club, FBLA, HOSO, TSA, we have many different clubs. All of them are able to help us achieve the minimum amount of community service hours that we need to graduate from high school. All of us go above and beyond.
The community service performed has a very positive effect on the students in Southeast as a whole, and the 5-star ranking represents these overall benefits.
It definitely shows how caring students are at a school. Knowing that there is so much community service going on at the school. There's so many students actively participating in different community and service events. It shows that there are so many students at the school that actually care about what they're doing, care about their community, they care about providing service to other people, they care about other people in general, and that is a very positive reflection of the school.
Thanks to students, parents, and teachers, Southeast has shown its true dedication to community service and been ranked a 5-star school. Hopefully, this ranking will continue for many years to come. I'm Abrielle for Southeast High School and SETV.
Many of Manatee County's high schools have implemented changes in their schedules for the 2015-2016 school year, and Southeast High School is no exception to these adjustments. The first change is that we now start school at 7:30 a.m. as opposed to 7:45 as we have done in the past. The other major adjustment is that now Mondays are skinnies. That means that on Mondays, all 7 classes meet for 46 minutes each. Ricardo Fred went out to see how the Seminole Nation feels about these changes. Here is his report on this edition of Seminole Forum.
Southeast is changing things up. Students will now have an adjusted schedule with one day with all 7 classes. So we took our SETV cameras out to ask students and staff how they felt about this new schedule change. And this is what we discovered on this edition of Seminole News Forum.
I think new schedule is actually really great because with all 7 classes in one day, with the odd and even block scheduling after that, we can really get more exposure to our classes. I don't think we need to wake up any earlier or go to school any earlier than we already do. 7:30 is a little bit too early for most students and be counterproductive because with all the late nights that we have and the earlier times, we'll just be more tired in class.
One day with all classes schedule is really helping students because they can interact with all their teachers and catch up on any remedial work they need to catch up on.
I personally like it because I think students should be prepared about what they're going to go through this whole week. They'll know what tests they need to take or what assignments they need to prepare for. I feel like students will succeed more with this new schedule.
As you can see, the opinion about the new schedule is positive. This change permits more time in class and helps unify the schedule. I'm Ricardo for Southeast High School and SETV.
That's all the time we have for today. We want to thank you for watching.
And we want to thank the Technology Students Association and the Television Production Sports team for joining us.
We hope that you've enjoyed the program as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you.
And we hope that you will join us next time that we show you what's happening in and around Southeast High School.
If you would like to find out how to choice coming to Southeast and becoming a part of the SETV vocational television program,
or if you would like to become a business partner of SETV, simply call Southeast High School at 741-3366, extension 2102.
And if you would like to watch this show again or see any of the other programs and sporting events that we've produced this year, simply go to our website at highschoolcube.com.
When you get there, type Southeast in the search window and then click on the Seminole head. You will be taken right to the SETV homepage.
You can also find out more about the SETV program by liking our Facebook page at facebook.com/SEHS Television.
So until next time, I'm Naomi.
And I'm Sophia.
And remember that when you set your compass to Southeast,
you're headed in
the right direction.